Good morning, everyone. Eric Rogers here with Scott Tash. Today is Testimonial Friday. We have a good one. We've got John Brown with us today. And guys, he is throwing merchant statements hand over fist. So he's going to give you tips on what's working for him in his area. And have a pen and paper. We're going to give you some other information too. First of all, I really want to hammer this home. I spoke to, and he will be in here, Matt Nichols, sales manager. He's going to be in here, but we want to really make sure everybody's signing up for next Tuesday's presentation, Street Smart. We want you there. Now, most of you understand that a single merchant, as far as our cash bonus program that we have, one is worth $100. One's $100. No one's going to be happy with just one, so let's go ahead and get three.
And I want to congratulate Denise Thompson in Hawaii. I know she's probably not up yet, but she'll get this.
Yep, she's going to be in.
First one submitted today.
Yeah.
Brand new Ram.
Brand new Ram.
Submitted.
Yep. So if
hey, guess who just walked in the door?
Yep. So we've got
Mr. Nichols.
Yep. So we're going to get to a couple announcements.
I'm going to move over.
Yep.
Oh boy.
That we all should move over. The man of the hour.
Man is here.
Yep. So by the way, guys, 3 is worth another $400. Now these are merchants doing over $10,000 a month in credit card volume. $500. You get that at the end of November. Perfect time for you know what. So get these. We already have, I've got on my team already 3 people, 3 regional account managers that have hit 500 already. Okay, today's the 14th. We're about in the middle of the month.
Yep. And
this is when you really want to grind. Now, for those of you that got on it early, kudos, because that's what we want everybody to do. And what I want to do is turn this thing over to Matt here. I know he's got some things going, but let's get you set up for Tuesday and what we're expecting there. So I'm going to get this pulled up. Matt, go ahead if you've got anything.
No, it's nice. It's good to interject, get everybody back on board for next Tuesday, as we do always. Our town hall, street smarts, call whatever you want to call it. Just make sure you're there. As usual, we're going to have some additional contests outside of what we're offering going in for statements, things like that. And we also do a raffle each time as well, and open Q&A session. We're going to have all the NSDs across the board. They're going to be on there, and we're going to go over a lot of things that you're thinking about. We're going to answer as many questions as we possibly can. We have a lot of exciting stuff going on over here, and we're always growing and making the effort to give you guys with more and more tools to go in there and get these merchants where they need to be. So I know you guys have looked a little bit at the Clover. There's some great stuff there, some good potential. There's a cost involved in those things, which is not a bad thing. That's entirely up to the customer, but we're really working hard on our side to get everybody in a good spot. I just want to reach out and have everyone go back. And one thing I'm asking of all my Rams, and I want everybody to do, is go out there and revisit some older things that are sitting out there. Let's try and figure out if we're where we are with all the stuff that we have out there. Ask your NSD. They can help provide you with some information as some maybe things we should follow up on. You know, you never know. You never know. We have some deals that have been out there, some proposals that have been out there for a couple months, and there's some good margin on those, and there's some good stuff. And we want to go out and grab everything we possibly can. Because here's the thing to remember. How long does it take you to touch base with a merchant? Just go back. Maybe you haven't talked to them in a couple months. Maybe they're in a different spot. You never know. Talking about going out and get in front of, go walking in 50 doors. You walk into 50 businesses, you're going to find somebody that's upset or ready to change.
Yeah.
And that's what I want you guys thinking about. Put your foot on the gas. Don't let go. Let's make this a really good month for everybody across the board. I know everybody, holidays coming up. I most certainly don't sit there and say, man, holidays are coming up. I don't want any extra money. Because there's no extra expenses, right? It's the cheapest time of the year.
Yeah.
At least that's what I tell my kids anyway.
Going out like it's going out.
Yeah.
So that being said, jump on over these things. Use your NSDs any way we can. We have we're continuing to add people to our staff over here to help us take merchants that are boarded to live. We have a lot of people on board, and we have a lot of exciting things happening. So let's keep that momentum going forward. You guys go out and talk to some of these older vendors you have and these older merchants that you spoke to. You haven't touched base with it, and let's see what we can grab. Go out there, get some new statements, whatever we can do to help you guys out. I just want you guys to get motivated and make October a really good month. So by the time November rolls around, you'll have a full month of processing under your belt, and then right around December, end of December, I don't know
what that is.
When the credit card bills come in for Christmas.
Right?
Yeah.
What a horrible thing. Get a little extra cash around the holidays. So keep it up. Go out there and grab some stuff. Look forward to talking to everybody tomorrow afternoon. Make sure you're on board. Good chance to win a little bit of money just by sitting through the whole thing and being bored to death by myself and Eric.
Hey, we try to keep it moving.
And also, like I say, we're going to introduce another contest. So there's some strong potential to go out there and grab some money. Holidays or not, go get that extra money that's out there. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow afternoon.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm going to get back to work.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Very good.
Guys. So just as a side note, make sure that you will register for the Join Now button. Make sure you're hitting that for Street Smart Q&A. If you're not registered, you need to do that, or you're not going to get the invite at 7 o'clock. No, today is Friday. Yeah, we're talking Tuesday.
Tuesday. He kept saying tomorrow, but it's actually Tuesday.
Yeah. We're guys. We have been slammed here, so
We lose.
I feel for Matt. Yeah, for Matt. Today is not Monday. Today is Friday, by the way. So
we work 7 days a week, so it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
So
another day.
let's go ahead and get to the man of the hour here. I've got a regional account manager who, guys, he is just throwing merchant statements.
Brown.
Yeah, it's John Brown under James. Yeah, but that's all right. Now, John, I've unmuted you, sir. Let me check your audio.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you fine. Now, John, I'm gonna just share with the group. If I know that you're kind of new to the business, which is a very good thing, guys, because he is making it is his business. You understand that? We're just here to help, support, train, and get on the phone with a merchant if you need us, right? I mean,
Hey,
Scott's
we're your
on there.
support.
Yeah, Scott and I are both. Yesterday I counted, I think it was like 6 calls where we were talking to merchants for our regional account managers, explaining just a couple things regarding the proposal, etc. And we really appreciate you using us. We can sit here all day and go, use us until you put it in action. And this is where John's going to go ahead, John, and just share with everybody out there who's getting started what's working for you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. What's working for me, really, I just got out there. It is completely, when I say completely, brand new to the merchant services. I've absolutely never done it before, but one thing that I do have on my side is that I can be persistent, and whenever I do something, I kind of just jump in with both feet. So what I've done so far is areas that are close to me. I look for strips where there's a lot of businesses on one street, and then I just go from door to door, and however I make a I don't go more than a mile, and I just go from door to door, from business to business, talking to basically anyone or everyone that I can talk to. If you look like a business owner, that there's a couple times where I saw someone that looked like they were a business owner, and they were walking into another store, and I asked them, I was like, hey, are you a business owner? It happened to turn into a good conversation, but it's just talking about the business, talking about that I'm just trying to help business owners save some money with their credit card processing. And there's a lot of people that will say, everybody says that they can save me money. And, my response to that is, well, everybody might say that, but, it couldn't hurt to just check and see. Just let me see what I can do. Let me work my magic, and then, I'll get back to you. That's actually worked a couple times where someone said, okay, all right, well, let's see. Let's see what you can do. And that's it. I haven't done anything more than that, but just going from door to door. Um, I have not spent, a terrible amount of time, making cold calls. I thought that I would, but it just seems that it's working better for me to just get out there and show my face, um, and um, and get to the business owners. And I'll tell you, it's not that difficult. The first person that I talk to, they're someone behind the register, and if you just ask them for the business owner and that you're attempting to save them some money, they say, okay, hey, you know what? Oftentimes I'm not there when the business owner's there, so I will, just ask, hey, when's the best time to catch him? And or her, and they will tell me. They'll tell me the best time. They'll tell me when not to come when it's busy or if it's a hectic day. If you just ask, they'll tell you, and that's it. That's all I've been doing. I hope that
Mute
was helpful.
ourselves. Yeah, let me unmute ourselves. Now, John, how many statements have you gotten in the last, I'd say, week? You've been loading me up, making me
Um,
work. Do you
you
have
know what?
counts?
I haven't been counting. I think four or maybe
Or you get more?
I maybe four. I think 4 or 5. I don't know. Um, I yeah, I think it's four.
Yeah, and again, guys, do you see what he's doing? If you want the secret, right? And John just gave you the secret on what works. Who, these regional account managers, who's doing the best? I know, when I work for a company, I kind of like to see who's the top dog out there and things like that, and what's working for them. Now, you'll notice John hasn't even uh, explored maybe the Chamber of Commerce or business networking groups and things like that yet, and he's staying within a mile of his location. So he's owning his backyard. You've heard us use that phrase before. Everywhere you go that you see either online, don't forget the online stuff. We've got the Social Security Administration that works with Card Connect too, Adobe, New York Times, it's all done online, right? So that's a business. But everywhere you go, if you notice, John said strip malls. You look at a strip mall a little differently. Someone's going to get paid. It could be, why not you? It should be you. Own your backyard and take care of business right there. And you'll notice he's introducing himself. He's not a high pressure guy, which they appreciate, but he's persistent. Have you gone to a location where you had to go back 2 or 3 times, John, just to get the statement, if
Yeah,
not more?
yeah. There's people get busy and they forget about me.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been a couple times where I came back and I was like, oh, you know what, this is not a good time. And then I came back again. There's even a time where I called and I said, hey, you know what, I want to come by and set some time up so I can talk to you about maybe saving you some money. And it's like, yeah, I do want to talk to you. Come by at X time. And I came by and they were busy. I sat and waited, and they came out and was like, this is a bad time. So these guys sometimes they get really busy and they forget about me, and I don't take it personal. I realize that I am interrupting their day, and I really don't care that I am, but I do realize that. So I just gotta come back. Um, and that's it. Just got to keep going back until they tell you no. I don't like people throwing me out of their business, but you kind of get the idea. Okay, well, you know what? It's time to go. And this guy, I'm not going to come back tomorrow. Maybe I'll come back, in a month or so. So you know, I just use my sense for people, and just persistence. That's really all it is. Because I really don't have a lot. All I have is some tenacity.
Common sense and persistence.
Yep, common sense and persistence. And guys, if you notice, he's treating each of these merchants maybe a little differently. If you notice that, he kind of has a feel for people, I think was the term, John, that you used. What motivates you? You know, I mean, again, what inside, apparently you've got an awareness of what residual income can do. You know, and October is a great month, guys, to build a book of business that you're going to get paid on every month for years. That's hard. If you've never been in that type of business before, that's hard to understand. Maybe a lot of us have been in sales. Maybe a lot of us has, you know, been on a salary job where you get up, you know, that's all you're going to make. There's the ceiling. Can't make any more than that. Guys, you're making and creating your own future financially, which totally turns around into how you're going to run your day in the future, which is why I love this one. The goal is not about the money, you know, and every one of you should be setting goals, hitting those goals, and if you don't get all the way to them, you are better off than you were before you started even, you know, in the business. So this is where, you know, all of you have your own motivation. John, what do you kind of use for yourself?
Well, you know, I'm looking at the residuals. You know, I really just want to see, you know, how many accounts I need to get signed up for me to start seeing the residuals that'll make me smile. And I'll tell you, look, I'm a lazy guy. I'm really lazy. So, you know, I want to wake up in the morning and not feel like I have to, you know, get up and hustle. So in order to create that, I got to get up and hustle until I get to the point where I can be lazy. And, you know, there's some money there and I don't have to grind so hard. So, you know, my dream is to just kind of get to the place where I can be lazy and there's money coming in. You know, that's what I'm after. I mean, that's just the truth. I wish it was something a little more elaborate or exciting, but that's just.
So John, what you're saying is this is a good lazy man's business. You just have to work for a little bit, and then you can keep harvesting that crop again.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is it. You know, I mean, real residuals. It's the key. And you know what? If I have to do this for, you know, 2 years, 5 years, whatever, to build up the residuals that's going to make me smile, then, you know, I take it like, you know, some people went to college, you know, they spent 4 years in college, and, you know, they are making the kind of money that, you know, they were looking for or whatever. I'm not the college kind of guy. So if I've gotta spend, you know, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, doing something that is going to actually create real residuals, hey, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and here's the nice thing, guys. This isn't like insurance, where, you know, obviously you got to get licensed. And I love the comment that, you know, not a college guy, you don't need your MBA to do this. And folks, some of the most successful people, we don't have to tell you, have, you know, done it on their own. And this is something that, it's an attitude, it's a conviction, as you see here. Every single one of you on this webinar today that's watching this can do this. All of you. And guess what? You've got Scott Tash, you've got your national sales directors out there, you've got Matt Nichols, you've got Travis Price, you've got Julie Rowe, Gabe Asor, David, you've got everybody that's here to help you. And we're just adding more to that. So make sure that you're using us. John, I know, you know, like, I can't wait for you to get your co-pilot credentials so I don't have to attach all of your statements and get them in for a proposal, because, guys, yeah, you're way over the 5 mark. Let me tell you something. So here's the other thing that he's doing, and Scott, you could, you know, put your 2 cents. You know, he's cold calling, and this is hilarious, guys, right? 10% of the time, it works every time. So what he's doing, though, is he's learning the business. Guess what? What's going to happen when he starts working with folks that he does know, or he comes across a situation where he's in a networking group, or somebody comes up to him and says, well, what do you do? It's going to be natural. Do you know why?
He's going to create his own networking group because he'll be able to get referrals from all the people that he's doing business with.
Exactly. That's my point exactly, guys. Be smart with this, because this is where The more people you talk to, the more money you will make. It is the best numbers game this business I have ever seen. This isn't insurance where if you don't have a car or you don't have a house, well, I can't talk to you. You know, of course, life insurance, who thinks, you know, again, this is something that every business that you see is a prospect. I don't care if they've already got, you know, new equipment or not. If we're saving them $1,000 a month, which we've come across a few of these, guess what? Get this equipment out of here. Give me yours. Let's go ahead and move forward. So we can make things happen that way once we have the numbers. So get the merchant statements. The more statements we see, again, we can put together some things. And this is where, go ahead, Scott. I know you've got something here.
I was just going to start laughing because you run into somebody that you can save a lot of money for, and they're worried about the equipment changeover. You know, I love the comeback is, well, hey, I could give you free equipment too if I was charging you, you know, $150, $200 a month more than we should have.
Yeah, you're
know?
paying
So
thousands.
You're paying for that.
Yeah.
Everybody pays for it. There is nothing free in life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's being paid for some way or another. And so we like to be on the cutting edge, give you the best prices, let you own your own equipment so that you don't have to worry about, you know, being built into your pricing, and give you the absolute rock bottom solid pricing that's going to last you for a lifetime.
Right. We're not in this. And again, guys, this is a revenue stream that you can capitalize on. You know, John, you know, when we get somebody that we're saying, yeah, listen, we're giving it to you at cost. If you want to sell, just to keep it easy, if you want to sell an Ingenico ICT 220 or a, you know, a countertop swiper VX 520, cost is $225. What if you want to sell that thing? And I've got Rams all day doing this. What if I sell it for $325? Well, guess what? That $100 profit you get half of. Another revenue stream, right? And guys, if somebody leases for $30, $40 a month, we had a guy, he is so angry at his old processor because he's in a lease. He's literally paying like $2,000 for a piece of equipment that's right here, $225. It's the same unit. Right, John? So if we can get the numbers, you know, and you're a regional account manager down here at 50%, that's something you can do. But again, guys, the main thing is let's get these 6 key questions done so we can figure out, when you get your proposal, how we're really going to close these guys. This is on your merchantcareers.com site. 6 key questions. Go to your resource tab. Go through this weekend. If you're not familiar with the information that's available to you 24/7, make sure you get familiar with this page. The resources tab, definitely. So, John, what would you tell somebody who's just getting started out there, right? Just like you, who maybe is not comfortable cold calling, etc., but the attitude that you have is something, if we could clone you, John, we'd have a lot of people making a lot of money.
Well, I would tell someone that's just getting started to do just that, start. And listen to the very basics. Getting on the phone. I like what Scott said. You introduce the name of the company before you introduce your name, and right after that, you ask them if it's a good time to call. And I'm going to tell you, the few times that I actually did that, it really does establish a good rapport. Because then when you call back and you ask, "Is this a good time?" I don't care what they're doing; they'll say, "Yeah, it's a good time." And that broke down some walls that got me in to actually talk to 2 people. So just start. You know, there's a lot of things that they go through over with the training and stuff. But you know, pick something that really resonates with you and just do that. And just go from there. You know, if you're afraid to talk to people, you know, just kind of get over it. You might feel a little nervous, and you might kind of stumble in the beginning. And you got to be okay with stumbling until you get it. You just got to be okay with it.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. You know, whatever you're afraid of, do that. Do what you're afraid of, and just start and keep going. The only something is to continue, just do it again. If you see something that you were successful at, say, okay, let me see if I can do that again, and okay, let me see if I can do that again. That's what I've been doing.
Yep. If you challenge what you fear most daily, you will not fear it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do it regularly, you don't fear it. It's the unknown that scares you more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Jumping off the first time you jump off the high dive, that unknown scares you half to death. After you do it a few times, it's fun, and now it's fun to go play doing it. You can't imagine why it scared you the first time. The
Yep.
same
You
thing
guys,
about
you guys come up with these things like off the cuff. I mean, do you guys have like a artificial intelligence that says, "Hey, okay, I heard something. Let me it just pops up." I mean, you guys come with this stuff really quickly.
I have done webinars for, I've probably done over 1,000 of these, and I listen. See, here's the thing, guys. When you see us on here, we're doing all the talking, right? And this is why I love Friday. I listen, and when I hear something, right, John, that resonates with me, I'm going to go ahead and pop this thing up. So when you get objections, and we cover this on Thursdays, guys, our live training on Thursdays, we give you real information that if you apply it, will work. You will do better in your business if you're there. So guess what? Let me guess. They're in a meeting. And John, see, he's persistent, and he said this to, and I'm going to quote you, John Brown, Regional Account Manager, didn't take anything personally, did he? He's having fun with this, guys. This is something that is going to put money in your pocket month after month after month, and this is why you're here. Never forget why you got this thing started. And if you ever get in a situation, and by the way, if you're in business, you're in sales. Go ahead.
But also remember that you're actually putting more money back into that merchant's pocket. That is something that they're going to be able to use that money to achieve their goals. They're going to be able to use that money. That's found money. That is money that is they're just throwing out.
Bottom line.
That's bottom line new money to them that they can, hey, and you might even suggest this to some people, hey, with that extra money, you can, there's a lot of things that you can do with it. You can benefit your employees, you can benefit your own family, you can even benefit a charity.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you've got a charity that your business likes to contribute to. If I saved you an extra $100 a month, wouldn't that be nice to be able to give it to somebody that could use it? Because it's not any different than. There's a lot of things that you can do with that, and so think about the benefits of making this change, Mr. Merchant.
Mm-hmm.
Of the things that you can do with that, and if you save somebody significant money, I tell you what, it makes a lot of difference in their life too.
Mm-hmm. And guys, this is profit. How much inventory do you need to sell after tax to profit $100? Not all of you need to be an accountant. See, when I see $100 savings, I automatically times that by 2, because now I've got to find another $100 from somewhere else to pay the light bill, and you're not selling them anything different, right, John? You've got to believe in the product too. We will save them money, some a little, some a lot. That's the numbers game. And if you're one of these guys like John who's going to run his own day, he's in control of his day. And guess what? If something comes up, he's not taking anything personally. This is kind of the thing we want to.
Speaking of being in control of your own day.
Own day, you got to get out of here. Are we at 9:30? There we go.
We're past it. So.
Gotcha. Yep. 9:30. Yep. 9:34. John.
Thanks, John.
Thank you very much. Do you want to, John? I want to let you finish this thing off. For somebody out there, you've kind of given some advice, which I love. Your goals. As far as information you give to the gatekeeper. I've got a question here from Penny. Do you give information because you're following up? Penny, I don't leave something and pray that they call me back. I'm in control of my day. I'm in control of my business. I'm going to go back. And again, it's not what you leave with them. You're going to have a one-on-one. This is something, right, John? I mean, your main goal is to get in front of the decision maker, because that's how you're going to get business. That's how you're getting your statements. That's how you move the business forward to underwriting. Now we've saved you money. Let's get you into underwriting, because guys, that's where you all make your money, is getting those merchants live on your book of business. So here's a good idea too. That's your logo. That's what you leave, right, John? So yeah, go ahead. What do you leave when in other words, if you get some where you got the gatekeeper, you didn't get through to the merchant, how do you handle that?
Okay, and that happens a lot. Um, so if I've got some flyers, I made some copies of flyers, and I will give them a leave behind, and then I will say, first I everything in my power to get the name of the business owner. So and I'd leave behind the flyer, and then I'd say, hey, when's the best time to get back to him? Because I'm the kind of guy that likes to follow up. So when's the best time to come back and follow up with you guys? And they'll oftentimes they'll give me a time. If they'll say sometimes the business owner has multiple businesses, and then I'll ask, what location do they spend the most time in? So it's just asking questions that will lead them to, giving you the information that you need, and follow up. The person, there are times where, they're kind of tight-lipped about giving information.
Yeah.
And in those cases, come up with a joke, kind of talk to them. I mean, treat them like a person. Make them feel like, you're not just in it for the sale. So you got to kind of break them down just a little bit, and you're not going to win every battle. Some you might have to come back. Sometimes you just pick the wrong day. I remember on Friday. I remember on Wednesday, I talked to not the business owner but her manager, and I talked to her for a while, and she came down to this. She's like, you know what? What it boils down to is I'm really having a bad day today. You just caught me on a bad day. Just give me some time and come back. And I said, okay, I could appreciate that. So establish a rapport. Come in there and you give them everything, and oftentimes you'll come back. I mean, you'll walk away with something that you can use to come back and follow up with. So I hope I answered the question.
You bet. Yep. And then Penny, I think, was asking, what flyer do you leave? Just out of curiosity, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, fellas. I want everybody out there working. Remember, you can get a lot of business contacts and make a connection on the weekends is when it really opens up. Always ABC, always be closing, right, guys? So what flyer, John, do you leave? Do you have a particular one you like?
I like the one that says the $1,000 guarantee. I like that one, the front and the back. And I actually treat them as two different flyers. Sometimes I'll give the front, sometimes I'll give the back. Those are my main two leave behinds.
Those are your go-to flyers. And again, guys, you've got all kinds of these, and you can request those too. We send you unlimited brochures, information that's being done, but what he's referring to is right here. And again, he uses front and back, so I want to make sure everybody's aware of where you go to get this information. You've got all kinds of stuff. We've got some guys that get creative, right, John, where you're leaving your business card, he would put a $1 lottery ticket on it. Right? Because honestly, guys, if you're leaving information, where's it? 90% of the time it's going where? Right in the trash, right, John? So that's why he's following up. And what this guy does is he puts a $1 lottery ticket and he goes, I'll see you next week. When's a good day? He's getting information, gathering information like John is, and I'll see you next week. So we'll split that money. Guess what? I guarantee you that. Oh, okay, that's pretty creative. What if I told you that you have leads of individual business owners that live in your area mailed to you? Called Valpak. These are individual businesses that you can create a relationship with. Hey, I live in the same zip code. They're targeting you. These are a list of leads that you can contact, get creative, and get out of your comfort zone. This is the whole idea. If you're not happy with the money that's coming in to your household on a monthly basis, here's how you change it. You got to change something. Change is the key word to the whole thing, right, John? John doesn't like to do this. He flat out told you, I hate to work. I do too. But, that's the only way, who's going to look out for you, right, John?
Yeah.
Who's looking out for you? You. And then we're here at Merchant Careers, we're all in the same boat. They have tied this business model to where if you're not making money, we're not either. That's a good place for you to be as a business owner, right? Because normally this is a biz op. This is John's business. This is your business. Aaron Marmol, this is your business. And guys, we're here as a support unit to help you get where you want to go. Because guess what? It's like Napoleon Hill. If I help you get to your goals, you're going to take me right to mine. We understand that. That is our business model. And we've got a lot of educated people in this business. And if we don't know your answer, we're going to find it. We're going to dig for it. It's competitive. You're going to get a no, right, John? You're going to get no's. Don't take it personally. Remember why you got started to begin with. If an extra $1,000 makes a difference in your household, go get it. It's there. Everywhere you see, online or when you're driving around, someone's getting paid for every card that's run through that business. Why not you? Why not you? Right, John? Thank you so much, John, for being here today, sharing what's working. Did you hear any magic, mystical, Jedi mind trick stuff that John's using? I didn't hear one thing. You know what I heard? I heard a guy that doesn't like to work that's out there getting it. There's your secret. It's not very flashy, is it? Right? This is old school, blue collar. You do not need an MBA to do well at this and make a lot of money. There's a lot of guys that make their own rules who didn't finish school. They understand. You have to be aware of the opportunity that you have right now. You all can do this. Every single one of you that's on this webinar, Buddy, Anna, Cy, all you guys, and we're paying you the best cash bonus promotion I've ever seen in this company. It's right now. Today's October 14th. Do not wait until the last week and think we're going to get that thing live. We're going to do everything that we can. Cut off is Halloween. So John Brown, when you're putting on your Halloween costume, just make sure that you feel like, hey, I did my work this month. It's going to be hard to pin down business. If you think it's hard now, wait until Thanksgiving. Have urgency. Get it done. You have no quota. It's a good and a bad thing, right, guys? It's good and bad. We pay you regardless of your monthly production. That's a great thing. No one does that. However, you got to get out there and get it. Build the book. If one deal is real skinny, and you're not where you want to be, get 2 more. Get 3 more. And it really does compound. It is a beautiful thing. Having that come in every month. I can't wait for the end of the month. A lot of people dread it. Oh, that's when my bills are due. Mortgage payment, rent, whatever it is, car payment, I can't wait for the end of the month. That's when it comes in. And John, you're gonna have a lot of money too. So appreciate it again. Thank you everyone for being here today. Go get them. We went over a little bit, but we always do on Fridays. That's what we like. Thank you much. We'll see you Monday. Same place, same time. And remember to register for Tuesday's evening additional training. Street Smart is very interactive. So ask your questions. We'll get to you. Thank you again. Thank you, John.